Hey traders, Jason here from Leavitt Brothers. Happy Wednesday. Software stocks continue to lead the market higher. One of our focuses at Leavitt Brothers is finding quote unquote the bull markets. All right. At any given time, there will be a handful of groups doing extremely well, while everything else is mostly on par with the market. A little better, a little worse, but mostly on par with the market. If there was a secret to trading well, it is to find those pockets of strength and fully take advantage of them, to aggressively trade the heck out of them and just milk them for everything they're worth. Okay, it's always better to stick with the winners, to keep pounding away at them rather than looking for new stocks to trade. Okay, software has been one of the leading groups, so naturally we've profiled many of the stocks on our official trading list, and we've also discussed many of the tickers on our message board. So in this video, I'm going to run through some of them and how we've operated. All right, here's AYX. We first talked about this on March 19th, and if you remember, the market bottomed on the 23rd. So we talked about it on March 19th because the stock had already moved up before the market had even bottomed. So it was on our radar. We officially posted it as a trading idea on March 22nd. As you can see, it did a double bottom, came back up, and then has done really well. Not easy to trade because there's a lot of overlapping candles and some long tails on the candles, but the trend has generally been up. Looks like a sloppy pattern, but the stock has almost doubled. We profiled it again over here when it was kind of trading in like a falling wedge pattern. It was officially posted as one of our trading ideas, and as you can see, it continued up, and then it again broke out yesterday and today. Okay, so it was on our radar from the beginning because it had bottomed well before the market, and it's done very well. It's doubled over the last couple months. Fastly has also done really well for us. Okay, like AYX, we started talking about it here because the market didn't bottom until here, and the stock was already up like 35% off its low. Okay, we posted it as an official trade over here. And as you can see, it's set up again here. Obviously, this is a gap up, most likely due to earnings. I didn't look. So whether you're in or not, doesn't matter. There was still like a 30% run available here. And then we talked about it again several times last week as it was setting up here. And like this week, obviously, it's done really well. Broke out near 50, and it's already up near 60. So we were on it right from the beginning, and then we've continued to play it as it is a run up. Here's Okta. Okay, like the last two, we profiled it early. We were talking about it over here because it bottomed before the market. It's set up, right here. Okay, as you can see, it ran up and then it set up again, and it's run up. This one's been really, really steady. Not many opportunities to get in if you didn't get in early, but there it is. There was another we also talked about on the message board last week as it seemed to be trading in like a falling wedge pattern there. Another one that we were on early and has done very well. Here's Twilio. Get my marking here. So we got a little double bottom pattern. It too bottomed before the market, so we were on it. We were talking about it. Came back down. Not really a double bottom, but close. Set up over here as a little consolidation pattern. Broke out. News induced. Okay, and then we started talking about it again last week as it traded into this consolidation pattern. As you can see, we've started this week off of 1, 2, 3 consecutive up days, so it's done very well. ZS, another one that we started talking about early. We officially posted it on our message on our site as a trading opportunity back in early April when it was trading here. And I'm checking out my notes here. And then we kept talking about it. Just basically, it was on our list pretty much constantly because it would move up and then trade into another pattern, and then move up and trade into another pattern, move up and trade into another pattern. So we've been following this stock nearly from the beginning. And at first it moved slowly, then it gapped up because of earnings, so it moved quicker. But it's another stock that we were on from the very, very beginning. Domo's a stock that we've profiled numerous times. We actually profiled it in other videos. Double bottom consolidation pattern here, which we played. Price target was at 20. It did indeed rally up to 20. Then we looked at this consolidation pattern and said this thing's going to break out and go up to 25, which it did. And then when it got up to 25, we profiled it again and said this thing's going up to 30, which is right here, and you can see that it just blew right through our target. So we're actually watching it again. We profiled it last weekend. Hasn't done anything for us, but there it is. This thing is, if the market continues up, we're looking to, play a high, play it again. But this is a stock that we've played several times over the last couple months. Here's CrowdStrike, another one that we've been in from fairly early on. You can see resistance here. We see a pattern that's set up here. I love patterns like this. Okay, you got resistance here, and then you got the 21 EMA there. I love it when a stock gets squeezed between like horizontal resistance and a moving average that kind of comes up, and the price action here kind of gets squeezed into a tighter and tighter area, and then oftentimes it gets pushed out the top and kind of explodes higher. In this case, it just kind of moved up higher, tested lower one more time, and then moved up again. The net is really good. Obviously, it's done great overall, but not always easy to hold in some of those little wiggle moves. And then a couple that are just relatively new. D-Dog's one that we didn't really play because it just kind of grinded up, and it just never really gave us an entry. It wasn't until like 2 weeks ago that we started looking at this pattern, figuring this thing's going to probably break out and run, which is exactly what has happened. DT is also another one that we only just profiled recently. We profiled it this past weekend as a trade. It was setting up here, and as you can see, we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It has done very well. And finally, LVGO, sloppy pattern. Nice base here. Actually, I mean, the base is nice. We got a nice base here, breakout, strong volume here. Moved up, came down, tested the 21, moved up again. This is a really sloppy pattern. Higher here, then it fell, higher here, then it fell, and finally this week. So this stock has been talked about on our message board, and then it was officially profiled last weekend. And so far this week, we got 1, 2, 3 consecutive up days. All right, so if there was a secret to making money in the market, it's that you should figure out whatever is hot and just aggressively trade the heck out of those stocks. Okay, milk them for everything they're worth. Okay, we were on the software early because even as the market was falling, several of the names had already bottomed and started up. So the group has been a focus of ours since the bottom. Okay, this is just a sample. We've traded, over a dozen names. Several of them we've traded several times, and this is a secret to trading. Okay, find a group of stocks that are doing extremely well and just trade the heck out of them, and don't be distracted to look for other names. Okay, it's better to trade the same names over and over that are doing really well than to introduce new ones. Okay, thanks for listening. This was just a brief overview. If you want more details on how I find pockets of strength, check out my mini masterclass in trading at the link below this video. All right, thanks again.